This is not a Japanese booster box, and for a channel that focuses on Japanese Pokemon cards, looks like a bit of a cope. It's no secret that the Japanese card scene is having a bit of a mare right now. That's Aussie for really going through it. It's not that I don't collect Japanese Pokemon cards anymore, I do. It's just that making videos all the time talking about how expensive they are and how they're getting flipped really isn't fun. What is fun is playing Pokemon, something I started last year, but took really seriously the last 3 or 4 months. So seriously that I'm flying to London next week to compete at EUIC, the first official tournament of the Scarlet and Violet block where these cards are tournament legal. And that's why I'm opening this up, because I want to find some playables, I want to find some bling cards for my deck, and I want to show you along the way all the cards that you can use to build a deck of your own in case you decide to start playing. And while it makes more financial sense to buy playable cards as singles, it's not as fun. I want to find some good cards. Plus, I'm flying with my friend Tim, who I met playing Pokemon, and he needs some cards too. He's down horrendous. Now, apparently you can weigh these things, and who really cares about that? Apparently the left side has better hits than the other, or the right side. Who knows anymore? I really don't care about that. I just want to see some cool cardboard. It's a lovely Magikarp. It's a beautiful Magnemite. Energy Switch is pretty good. You can put that in a few decks. Varoom is good because Revaroom is also a really good card. Cacturne, not so much. Drifblim, not as good as Drifloon. Drifloon is actually cracked, so if you have a Drifloon, hold on to that. Mesagoza is going to get some play in Lugia decks. Metacham, not really. Starly, and an Arcanine EX to kick it off. I actually found the full art, the secret rare. I don't know how the rarities work with English sets. It's all over the place for me, but that is quite nice. I found that at pre-release, so that's kind of cool. Not really that good. Krokorok, Mankey, Squawkabilly. The Squawkabilly EX that's coming out in the next set is going to be really good. It's like an evolution, or it's like a fusion between Dedenne and Crobat V. Beach Court. This is a really good card. Basically, every Lost Zone deck is going to be playing that. So if you found this, hold on to it because those cards are solid. Rocky Helmet. Oh, do we have something in here? It's quite fun opening up the English packs because it feels like you're always going to hit something. No, we don't. Koraidon and a basic energy. You probably noticed I completely skipped Scarlet EX and Violet EX. That was a combination of them being way too expensive. And also because I hadn't played the game yet and I found it a little bit weird. Switch is good, so hold on to that. It felt a little bit weird opening up packs and looking at Pokemon that I had no idea what they were, like Cyclizar, Toedscruel, which I really, honestly, I don't like. I don't like Toedscruel and Toedscruel. Not a fan. Mouseholder, they're kind of cute. Kiyotaka Oshiyama has got a lot of cards in this set. He drew quite a few. Stonjourner, there's a Stonjourner from a previous set. I think it's the single strike one that's pretty good in Lugia. Most Lugia decks are playing it. And Miraidon. Not every deck that you play or make has to be like tier 1 meta as well. There are a lot of decks that you can make with the new Scarlet Violet cards that are just kind of fun. Quaxley, like that was a pre-release deck. Pawniard, Crushing Hammer, hold on to these. That's an old card, but it's got a reprint. Setatan, I don't like this Pokemon. It's kind of weird. The Evo, is that the Evo? Yeah. The Evo, this is just a weird, big, it's weird. It's like the Michelin Man and like a snow. I don't like it at all. It's meant to be like a whale. That doesn't even make any sense. Flaffy, Youngster, no good. You wouldn't play that. Oh, another Switch. And Floette and Houndstone. Okay. Probably should have explained why those cards were good instead of just telling you that they are good. Switch is basically free retreat. You can only retreat once per turn, but Switch lets you use it as an item card. So it's very useful for getting your active Pokemon out and swapping it with a bench if you want to attack with a loaded up Pokemon on your bench. Crushing Hammer knocks energy off your opponent's Pokemon, which is really annoying. It's a bit of a troll card, but it's very effective. Crocodile. Flamigo, one of my least favorite new Pokemon. I gotta say though, the card looks nice, but the Pokemon is, we've been through it. It's very uninspired. Chetodile or Setodal. Either way, don't like it. It's really freaky. This is a good card. So Electric Generator. If you find this, hold onto it. Fantastic card. You can only attach energy once per turn from hand, right? But Electric Generator, if you play it, you look at the top 5 cards, and if there's 2 lightning energy there, then you can attach them only to your benched Pokemon in any way you like. So it's a fantastic way to accelerate energy, and it's really good in the Miraidon EX deck. We got a Dondozo, so we haven't hit any really like cool cards yet. Nothing really flashy. Dondozo is actually a really good card. It has a fun interaction with Tatsugiri, which is similar to how it works in the game. So if you find Dondozo or Tatsugiri, and the Tatsugiri looks awesome, hold on to those too. A lot of people will call it cope, but it's not. When you start playing, you really appreciate what you pull significantly more. Drifloon is a fantastic card. This is going to be an absolute menace when the next set comes out, Paldea Evolved. So if you found any Drifloon, hold onto these because players are going to be chasing after them for their Gardevoir EX decks. It's a very strong card. Sprigatito. I don't like Flittl's Evo. I thought Flittl's Evo was super weird. Seviper feels like they always get a card. Yeah, there it is. Espathra. It's meant to be like a Cleopatra emu. I just don't, yeah, it's I'm not a fan. The illustration looks nice, Hitoshi Ariga, but weird, just a weird Pokemon. Arven. This card is busted. This is actually one of the best new cards from the set. Search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool, and then put them in your hand. You can set up so much with this card. If you found any Arvens, hold on to them. You can play this first turn going second, find like a Battle VIP pass and a Forest Seal Stone because one's an item and the other is a tool, and you can just get set up instantly. The card is actually cracked, and if I find the special art or the special illustration rare, I'm gonna be pretty happy. Cacturn. I don't like the Toad School. I'm not a fan. Seviper and Slowbro. That is actually stunning. This one's by Shinji Kanda. Yeah, I've seen this card. I've seen the Japanese version, and it looks really nice. I don't like the hollows. I'm such a Winjana. I don't like it. I'm whining. I think the illustration is fantastic. It is just Shinji Kanda at their absolute best. But I'm not a fan of the hollows. Doesn't look as good as last gen. Still, great card. I'm getting a bit chatty. That tends to happen when I open up English. Capsakid. Alamamola. I have not found that card. I haven't seen that Pokemon in Scarlet Violet yet. Plomo, pre-release. Katie, it's not really that good. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 8. I mean, you could probably do something fun with it. Drawing 8 is quite powerful, but your turn ends, so it's a bad card. You wouldn't really play Katie at all. There's another electric generator, so this box is actually kind of cracked because we found 2 so far. That's great. Love your looking Florges, Sandal, and a Houndstone. Where are the EXs? Where's the cool stuff? Hold on to your code cards as well. Actually, why not start playing? PTCG Live is probably the most accessible version of the Pokemon trading card game online. Like, PTCG O was terrible if you're a new player. This is a really good card too, by the way. Squovit. Once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you put any cards on the bottom of your deck this way, draw a card. So this is going to be good when Ino comes out. That's the Japanese card that I think is in, what is it, Clay Burst? You know what? The whole scene is just a mess with Japanese right now that I really don't care anymore. But that's a very powerful card that's right around the corner. Squovit's going to interact with it in an interesting way. So if you find Squovits, hold on to them. Defiance Band is good. This is a comeback card. So if your opponent has taken more prize cards than you, then all of your Pokemon do 30 more damage. Now it's like a comeback thing. It's like, oh, I'm behind. I'll put a Defiance Band on. I'm doing 30 more. Could turn the tide in your favor. Tatsugiri. This is just like such a good card, and one of the best new Pokemon from Scarlet Violet as well. It's so cute. Akacheke is one of the best artists from 2021 to start illustrating. So yeah, the Tatsugiri is really good. I hope the deck gets a little bit stronger moving forward. Nest Ball. Okay, this has just been, frankly, one of the best packs of the opening so far. You might have found Quick Ball a lot in the past. Quick Ball is actually no longer tournament legal. Now you kind of got to play cards like Nest Ball. It's not as good as Quick Ball because you can't thin your deck. And the Pokemon goes straight to your bench, which is kind of annoying. But because we don't have Quick Ball anymore, we've got to play cards like this. So if you find Nest Balls, hold on to them. Don't like that Toad School. There is our first art rare. That's by Shibuzo. Beautiful. Bombardier. I've never been a fan. Oh my god, he's just whining instantly. Look, I've never been a fan of the new flying type Pokemon. I've never been a fan of flying type Pokemon, full stop. So Bombardier, didn't really like it, but Shibuzo, I'll always take a new Shibuzo card. Beautiful stuff. And an Indeedee. This is actually kind of good. So if you find Indeedees, hold on to them. This is going to be one of the longest Scarlet and Violet openings on all of YouTube. There's another good card, Wiglet, and that's because Wug Trio. By the way, the Wiglet looks stunning. The Wiglet illustration rare is probably my favorite from this set. I found that from a triple blister. The Wug Trio deck is going to be really good when Paldea Evolved comes out because there's a new energy coming out that is going to support it in an interesting way. Wiglet and Wug Trio, like that deck, is a very straightforward deck that I feel like any player can pick up and start having fun with. So hold on to your Wiglets, everybody. I'm sick of the Toad School. Forretress, Rocky Helmet, Mavistiff, Smoliv. That's by Shibuzo. That's beautiful. Really nice stuff. Mareep, give us an EX. Ooh, Magnezone EX. Okay. You know what? I actually found that. So you're leaving me high and dry here. Second box that I've opened. But Magnezone EX. Would you believe? Would you believe Magnezone EX is actually a very strong card? There's going to be some very cool decks that use Magnezone EX. I think there already are some, but it's not really tier 1 at the moment. So that's kind of a good card to find. And I actually quite like that. If I was going to play Magnezone EX, I'd probably want to find, but Hungry Clicker drew the regular EX. So they're both good, but Hungry Clicker drew the regular EX. So I'd probably play the regular. Maybe I'd play, I don't know, maybe a fusion of the two. I've heard the hit rates have got everybody in a bit of a spin at the moment. Lechonk is really good because it's good with Oink alone. Apparently, the hits are too good. You can't please anybody these days. Tarantula, hold on to those because the Spidops deck is solid. I think there's 2 Tarantula though. So I'm not sure if this is the Tarantula that you want to play or the other one you want. But yeah, apparently the hits are so good, or there's too many hits now. What is it with English cards? No one will ever be pleased. They give them too many hits, they get upset. There's no hits, people get upset. Where's the line? I don't get it anymore. We actually got to pick up the pace a little bit here because I'm running late for a session with somebody because I am trying to get ready for EUIC. This Oinkologne isn't the good one. It's Oinkologne EX that you want. There's a fun Oinkologne deck. Oinkologne. It just sounds fun to say. There's a fun Oinkologne deck that you can build with the EX version of the card. Ultra Ball, those are always solid. Those are in Brilliant Stars, but they've reprinted it in case you missed it. Is this something cool? Hey, it's a Great Tusk EX. Very nice. There's our first EX card. Not the greatest from a play perspective. Looks kind of nice. I am a fan of Great Tusk over Iron Treads. Why does it feel like this has like a printing issue on it? You know what? Why am I pretending to care about English card quality? I just shove these in a deck and shuffle them very violently. So that doesn't really bother me. I actually pulled the Miraidon EX Special Illustration Rare. They call it SIR in English. It's SAR in Japanese. I pulled that from Magnemite's good, by the way. So hold on to your Magnemites. There's a cool Magnezone V-Star deck that you can, no, actually, Magnezone V and V-Star, that's a different deck. This is for the Magnezone deck that accelerates metal onto Dialga V-Star. Either way, these Magnemites are good. And it's Kiyotaka Oshiyama again. What a banger illustration. What a good artist. Mesagoza, hold on to that. Heracross, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I pulled Miraidon and it was scuffed. And I was like, cool, thank you. Actual English moment. The back of it has like this ridiculous printing error. And Quaquaval. Like I'm just too tired to even care. Oh no, my English Pokemon card is damaged. There are so many of these out there that grading them, I mean, like I guess there's an argument to be made that grading them has more merit because so many of them are scuffed, but I think this is going to be the biggest junk era for English collecting ever. So what better reason than now to start playing? Palpad, great card. I might use that. I might replace that with my old version. And another Quaquaval. Palpad's good because you can put supporters that you've played and discarded back into your deck. It's a great way to bring back cards like Boss's Orders. If you only play like one Boss's Orders or one Clara, you can put it back in, shuffle, and then maybe draw into it again in case you really need it. Rotom, Chansey. I think this is it's another Chansey. Chansey's got a lot of cards. Shout out to my friend Chansey. He's feasting. Rare Candy. This is a good card. And you're going to see it in a lot of Gardevoir EX decks. That's because you can accelerate evolution. So usually when you play a basic, you can't evolve it till the next turn. Gardevoir is a stage 2 Pokemon. You got to evolve it into Kirlia first. So to get to Gardevoir, you've got to evolve into Kirlia. And then on the next turn, you've got to go into Guardy. But if you play Rare Candy, you can evolve a Ralts that you've played previous turn. So you can skip Kirlia and go straight to Gardevoir. It's called Evolution Acceleration, but you can only do it if you've got the Rare Candy in your hand. So if you find that, good card. Fido, there is the Wug Trio. So this is a bit of a troll deck. Flip 3 coins for each heads, discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. This is what we call mill. So basically you try to mill through your opponent's deck and force them to deck out. And if they deck out, they can't draw any more cards, they lose the game. So yeah, it's a bit of a fun deck, and it's by Kiyotaka Oshiyama again. Seriously, that dude has been illustrating some of the best cards the last 3 years. That is a lovely Wug Trio. And I rate Wug Trio. I think it's a really cool Pokemon too. Judge, oh my gosh, another banger pack. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 4 cards. So this is like hand disruption, or I have nothing in my hand. You have a big hand, that's hand disruption. I'm going to play Judge and hopefully draw some more cards. I don't like this hand. I want 4 new cards. So solid card. It is a reprint. Floatzel, Grammar. Something good? No, it's another Rare Candy. And it's a Clorf. I don't like Clorf, by the way. It's another Pokemon from SV I don't rate. I really got to speed this up. Energy Switch. Great card. Varoom. Hold on to him. Clauncher. Nah. Skiddo. My God. Can I get any peace and quiet in this house? Skiddo. Driftbloom. Nestball. Hold on to him. Pachirisu. By Naoki Saito. What a nice card. Annihilate. Armarouge. Banger Pokemon. This one's by Akira Komayama. Armarouge is probably one of my favorite Pokemon from SV. I know it's like cliche because it looks so cool, but does it look really cool or does it just look cool amongst a relatively mid bunch so it stands out more than others? I thought this was a legendary when it got revealed, and people are saying it's like pseudo legendary, but apparently it's just a normal Pokemon that looks fantastic. So Armarouge, banger card. And Miraidon. Not Miraidon EX. You want to be hitting Miraidon EXs. I don't think we've found anything that is like wild just yet. I think Magnezone EX is probably the craziest thing I've found. So I am hoping this box picks up. Are there such things as dud Scarlet Violet boxes? I thought everyone was packing heat. Squovet, hold on to it. Meowscarada. I'm not going to say the thing, but if you watch my streams, you know how I feel about this cat. Finactor. I don't know how you can rush through this. Like, why am I holding it like that? I like savoring the flavor for these openings. Flittle. It's not often that I go through an entire 36 packs of English. So, and it was expensive too. It was like $185. Jacques, not that good. It was good at pre-release. It might find use later on because it is decent. Search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon, reveal them and put them into your hand. But usually you want to play better supporters than Jacques, so you don't play Jacques, if that makes sense. Like, there's stronger supporters in the game, so you don't want to play a weak one because you can only play one supporter per turn. The Shuppet is good. I am seeing it as I spit on it. I am seeing this in Lost Box decks, so if you find Shuppets, hold on to those because of Banette, what it evolves into. And Claw. We're just getting donuts now. Having said that, I have been opening up primarily the left side, so maybe there is some merit in that ridiculous hypothesis. Ralts, you can play this in Gardevoir EX. I don't know if this is the good Ralts or the other one is better. I think the other one is better because its attack actually does something, and they're both 70 HP. But if you don't have those ones yet, you can play the Ralts from Scarlet Violet in its place. The other Ralts is from, I'm going to say Astral Radiance. Muck. Another Florges. Greedent. Oh, come on. Give me something spicy. Dondozo is good. I'll take that. Pawmi. Give us a Spicer. Oh. Professor's Research. Oh, that could have been Miriam because I want to shove that in my deck very, very badly. But I'll take Professor's Research because you pretty much always play. You don't always, but there's a lot of decks that play Professor's Research and you'll play like 4 of them. So why not play the flashy one? Yeah, it's nice. Kurosaki. We take that. That one was from the right side. So, you know what they say. Nothing. Mankey. Squawkabilly. Capsakid. Alamamo. Ooh, I just skipped straight to the good stuff. Electric Generator. The Wug. Wug Trio, where you at? Slowbro. That's another. This is a good pack. Wug Trio. Look at that. Wug Trio, Generator, Slowbro, the Drifloon. This is fire. Oh, another one. No. Scarlet Urge. How much is that Miriam now anyway? I think it was starting at like 200 Australian, and I offered it to some dude for 160 Australian. I think it's capsized since then. It's like less than that. Less than like what, 100 Australian dollars? Should have taken it, man. When there's money on the table, you take it. Penny. This is a good card. Put one of your basic Pokemon and all attached cards into your hand. That might be a little bit weird. Like, why would you want to put a Pokemon you've played and all attached cards into your hand? And that's because you might want to heal it. So this is a way to like get rid of something that if it gets knocked out is going to lose you the game. You go, hey, I can get rid of it because I can't play Scoop Up Net anymore. It's rotated. I'll play Penny instead. Or the energy on that Pokemon, I really need it on this other Pokemon. So I'll play Penny, put it back in my hand, get the energy. I'm gaming again. So the Penny is actually a solid card. And if I find the SAR, I'll be happy about that too. Retrieval. This is good. If you need energy from your discard, you want to put it back in your hand, you play this item card. You can play as many item cards as you want per turn. So energy retrieval, solid energy recycling card, and another Professor's Research. Usually, this is how it goes. You keep complaining about the English box you're opening, and then something good happens. The Shuppet is good. The Tandem Mouse, people are trying to make it work, but I don't think it is fast enough. Pavilion, that was good at pre-release, not so much now. Dashbun, Torkoal. Did I say that weird? Katie, don't like flying types. Toxicroak EX. Somebody actually asked me, is Toxicroak EX a good card? Not like super competitive. So you can make a fun deck with Toxicroak EX, but it's not going to be as good as like Gardevoir EX or what's the other good EX? Miraidon EX. Like it's just not going to keep up with it. But that's not to say that you can't play with it. You can play with any card. It's just a matter of if it's going to win you a tournament or not. Although having said that, the beauty of Pokemon cards is that sometimes any deck can just win, especially if your opponent doesn't really respect it, which is something I do too often. So Retrieval's good. Lechonk, the other one is better. I think the one with Tackle is better. Actually, that doesn't seem like that bad of a an effect. Switch out your opponent's active to the bench. That seems good. So yeah, basically, if you don't respect your opponent's deck, sometimes you will just lose. And if you don't know what your opponent's deck does, you will definitely lose. Because if they know what yours does, then it's a matter of outsmarting you. And anybody can do that. EXP Share, great card. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon this card is attached to. So if you know something is going to get knocked out, but you want to power up something else, you put the EXP Share on that other Pokemon you want to power up, and you basically force your opponent to knock it out and say, hey, you're knocking this out, but then you're going to get return knocked out because of the EXP Share. So it's a pretty strong card. Hold on to those. Metatites, Graveyard. Okay, that is a so-so Illustrator rare, and that's beautiful. I've seen the Japanese version, not in hand, but that is lovely. Really cute stuff. Just a classic so-so card. I'm glad they're still drawing Pokemon cards. And a Reverum. There we go. So I was talking a bit about this card before. Rumbling Engine. You must discard an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. So you guys know that Radiant Gardevoir card that everyone was talking about? That is a banger card. It's so good because you can draw cards when you discard energy. But where Radiant Gardevoir was a basic and you could do it instantly, Reverum you have to evolve into. So it takes a little bit more to set up, but the game has kind of slowed down a little bit. So the pace of other decks kind of matches the slowness of setting up Reverum. This is a great way to draw cards into your hand because you always want to see a lot of cards in your hand because then you can do more things with your cards. Now, I don't know if that Magnezone and that Prof research constitutes like the ultra rare or the hyper rare. So the hyper rare is like has replaced gold, or hyper rare is gold, and hyper rare is SIR. I could easily watch a video and talk about this, but this stack down here on the bottom right is like my good cards that I found stack. It is out of order. I hope you have been paying attention as I've opened them up. Krogunk, you're going to need that if you want to play the Toxicroak deck, so it's okay. Curlier, this isn't as good as the Curliers from Silver Tempest. That is a better version because of its ability Refinement, which lets you discard a card and then draw 2, which is really good because it's letting you see more cards before you evolve it into Gardevoir, which starts powering up your board, or the baby Gardevoir from, I'm going to say Chilling Reign, which is a really strong attacker. So if you don't have those, you can use this Curlier here in the meantime until you find the better versions of them. Cyclizar. The Vitality Band's not really that good. The Lechonk, I can't remember if it's this one or the other one, so just hold on to both. Rotom, yeah. And Pawmot. Man, I am really having a bad set. That is like 1/3 of the box. I went into this very excited. I am still having a good time, but I'm not going to lie. I do want to see something that gives me that dopamine rush because that's why we're all here, isn't it? Heracross. Crocodile. It's about that time you start seeing the same cards. Tandemaus. I'm getting trolled on one of my shorts at the moment because I think I said Fuecoco. It should be like Fuecoco, yeah? As in like Fuego. So Fuecoco. I'm sorry as I spit on it. Disgusting. And Scaladoge. Where are the hits? Huh? Where are the hits? This ain't it, Chief. Maybe I should just... I come out of like pack opening. Hey, Squovet, hold on to it. I come out of like semi-pack opening hiatus, all excited, thinking I got the whole world out of me, and then I just get a rude awakening. Miriam, this is a good card, not because of like, whoa, she's cute, because it lets you shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard back into your deck, and then when you do that, if you did that, then you can draw 3 cards, and drawing cards is always really good in Pokemon. But with the rotation of Ordinary Rod, this has become a bit of a staple because Ordinary Rod used to let you put Pokemon from your discard back in your deck. Maybe something important got knocked out, you need it again. That's gone now, so you play Miriam. So it's a bit of a con because it's a supporter, whereas Rod was an item. But because it lets you draw, it's actually quite powerful. It's why I want to find the SIR because I want to play it. Pokemon Catcher is good. You roll a dice. If heads, you gust up your opponent's Pokemon, which is really annoying if you don't want that Pokemon to get knocked out. And it's really good if you're the player who rolled heads. So Catcher, solid card. I feel like that's the 4th Cyclizar rare I found today. It's easily, well, it's definitely the 2nd, and there's definitely a reverse holo. So enough with the Cyclizar. Holy crap. Give us a spell. Give us like Big Bro. Give us the Miraidon. Smoliv. Primate. The Miraidon is really good because you'll see. I'm going to pull it in this pack actually. Hold on to your Tarantulas. Breloom. Killer Watch Rule. I don't like flying types. Especially don't like flying electric types. That makes no sense. Shroomish. Oh, it's Varoom. I thought it was a IR. Oh, it's another, man. This is it. This is the one. I'm telling you. This is the one. This is it. Come on. Why am I doing this? Let's do this. Oh, disappointing. But we did get an Arven. We did get an Ultra Ball. We got an Arven. We got an Ultra Ball. We got a whole Lucha. That was actually a good pack. Okay, you see what I mean? It was bad because I didn't get anything shiny, but it was good because I got 4 playables. Holucha is basically replacing Zigzagoon. So Zigzagoon was a Pokemon that you played just to put 10 damage counters, 10. If it was 10, that would be insane. 1 damage counter, which is 10 damage on any Pokemon you like. That's rotated out with Sword and Shield. Holucha is essentially replacing it. It lets you put 2 damage counters on 2 different bench Pokemon. So you may choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 1 damage counter on each of them. It's a way to fix math. Let's say you're 10 damage short. You play Holucha, bang, bang, you're out of here. The con is that it only works once when you play it from your hand onto your bench. After that, it kind of just sits there, which is annoying. But it is a strong card. So if you find Holuchas, keep them. This is definitely a playables heavy box. There's another switch. You wouldn't play Pokeball. You wouldn't play Nemona, and you wouldn't play Annihilate. So, yeah, this is a very... I'm gonna cry about this. It's actually made me a little bit sad. Surely now. Whereas this feels like very light on for hits, like abnormally light. I've seen people get like 12 hits across the board. This feels light. Shuppet, hold on to him. Tatsugiri, hold on to him. No, man. Whoa, yikes. All right, I bet you're enjoying this. Surely. Ooh, there's the Drifloon. Told you this one was a banger. This was a heater. Oh, there's another Miriam. It's a heater. Defiance Band. We take those. Oh, Oinkologne. Hey, I'm actually quite happy about that. Oinkologne. Okay, I'm gonna build a version of this and test against it, but I don't think I would play this at EUISC. The attack is, it does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon, but for 1 energy, which is extremely powerful, because most strong attacks need more than 1 energy. That means you just put 1 energy on it, and you're swinging. It also has Heavy Stomp. Flip a coin. If tails during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So 210 is quite a lot. 260 HP. I think you put like other cards on it that make it harder to knock out. I'm not going to lie. I don't know much about how the Oinkologne deck works, but I've heard it's quite fun. So maybe I'll build it and I'll let you guys know. Okay, so what's that? That's 2 EX and oh no, that's actually 3 EX. Okay, maybe I'm just being a big baby. So 3 EX, 1 Terra EX. I think I'm, oh, hey, hey, is that the good Lechonk? No. Hey, don't like that whale looking thing. Oi! Hey. Oh, look at that. All right, let's have a quick look at it. Actually, screw it. This is how we're using this card. I'm telling you right now, people. This is why I wanted this card. Because it's so strong. It lets you shuffle 5 Pokemon back into your discard. You draw 3. You're having a good time. In you go, Miriam. That's your new home. You've found it. Safe and sound. Don't have to worry about anything anymore. Nobody is going to hurt you. I'll look after you. JLUV's got your back, baby. Thank you very much. Okay, that's 1 less card to worry about. Lola is outside running around because she heard me get all excited. Maybe I'll have to bring her in. What else we got in here? Surely, I mean, after that, oh, another beach court. This box was busted. This box was actually busted. Speaking of busted, make sure to check out our TCG tabletop stream, Busted, which is live over at twitch.tv/okJLUV. And if you miss them, all streams are uploaded to the okJLUV streams channel. Beautiful card. Okay, I actually haven't seen that. I wouldn't mind finding the Gardevoir SIR. Maybe I'm getting a little bit greedy. It's amazing how your mood changes when you find a spicy card. Lovely stuff by Duo Sussumore, my favorite artist, easily a top 3 artist. I'm just gonna, yeah, right up there. Just cycles between him and Corgi Scythor and Nagimi SIR. They are just fantastic artists. So beautiful stuff there. The Courier. Maybe I find the Gardevoir. That'd be spicy. Unfortunately, that isn't the good Courier. Like, you wouldn't really play. Actually, people are gonna get like all funny because I always say Courier wrong. Courier or Kelia. Anyway, that's not the good Courier. The other one's better. We got anything left? Oh, I think we got it. I think we got more in here. I think we got Jacques. I think we got more. EXP share. No, it's just another professor's research. That is so good. That's the best. It's so funny. The box, it looks like it's actually having a mare. And then all of a sudden, literally neck minute, nothing else good in here. Wiglet, we take those. And a Klefki. This is good because this trolls Lost Zone decks. So Mischievous Lock, this ability is annoying. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, have no abilities except for Mischievous Lock. So any Pokemon that has an ability cannot use it. Only basics, but Comfy can't use Flower Selecting. Red Ink Greninja cannot use Concealed Cards. Basically any basic Pokemon gets shut down. And it's very frustrating if your opponent plays a second Klefki on the bench, because then when they get Escape Roped, which is a card that makes you swap your active with your bench, it's just like Klefki becomes Klefki, becomes Klefki. You just getting trolled. So frustrating card. I don't know how serious of a threat that's going to be in Europe, but it is something that you got to take seriously. And if you want to troll with it, go for it. I think you only need like 3 in a deck. 4 is probably too many. And then you're firing with the Miraidon EX and the Regieleki V and VMAX deck. Okay, this is it for our last pack. And oh my gosh, another Spidops EX. So this is a troll card as well. Your opponent's active Pokemon retreat cost is 1 energy more. And it basically locks your opponent in the active. Makes it harder for them to get out. And then you just have your way with them. So if you find Spidops, you're feasting. And that's a nice card. That is a good box. 5 Lechonk. We got a Klefki, Bolucha, Indeedee, hold on to them. 3 Varoom, a Revaroom, 2 Tatsugiri, 2 Dondozo, 3 Squovit, 2 Magnemite, 3 Shuppet, 3 Drifloon, which is busted. Hold on to your Wiglets and your Wug Trio. We got some Slowbro, Tyrantula, I don't know if they're good or not. We got some Ralts and a Kroger. A playset of Professor's Research, Judge, Penny, 2 Arvin, 3 Miriam, some Nestball, 3 Switch, Hammer, Energy Retrieval, 3 Pal, you need 2. Couple of Rare Candy, some EXP Share, 3 Ultra Ball, 3 Electric Generator, Defiance Band, Pokemon Catcher, 2 Messagoza, 2 Beach Court, Spidops, Toxicroak, Kirlia, Graveyard, Great Tusk, Arcanine, Oinkologne, Magnezone, it's busted, Bombardier, Professor's Research, Fancy Spidops, and Miriam. What a box. If you want to meet up in London, let me know. And if you want to watch more TCG content, check out okJLUV Streams channel where I play tabletop every week. It's very insightful. Okay, missed you guys. Love you. Bye.